People are leaving America. What's up, guys? This is Chris. I open up social media these days and I'm just bombarded with just video after video of people just leaving the States. There's a number of different sites that you can go to that really analyzes traffic, the top watch videos and the top search videos on YouTube, right? There's a number of different resources that you could use, right? But if I'm pulling up one right now, here are the top videos that are generating the most traffic. I left my job to start a new life in Thailand. Responding to controversy, thoughts on living in Thailand as a YouTuber. Top tips for digital nomads in Southeast Asia. How I survived a month in Thailand on $500. And the list goes on. This isn't about race, but like I'd be remiss if I didn't say that it warms my heart to see a lot of Black content creators that are flocking to Bangkok and flocking to Thailand. People that are kind of releasing themselves from the shackles of the so-called American dream, right? This isn't a video about shitting on America by any means, right? But it's a video about changing the paradigm, about waking up and seeing that, okay, these are my circumstances. This is my quality of life. This is the amount of time I have to spend on this earth. What am I going to do about it, right? If that means, getting a new job, reinventing myself, or if that means changing the paradigm and just putting myself in a new environment, it warms my heart to see Americans doing this, right? So we're going to react to a video I saw on TikTok. This is one of the random videos that came across my feed, and I want you to see it.
This is what life's supposed to be like. All that shit that we was sold in America, you gotta get your credit score up, bro. You gotta get your credit score. Ain't no such thing as credit score down here. Ain't no such thing.
Credit score, that's a big one. I understand, right? I had to learn lessons the hard way growing up about how to manage your credit, how to get your credit score and keep it at a high tier, 750 and up, things of that nature, right? But it's never really hit home to me. It's never really made sense. I've worked in tech a number of years, and I'll never forget working in tech, I think living in Seattle, right? And having these people that I work with from all over the world that have done really, really well in their careers, right? These people, they have millions, right? They make, onwards of $350,000 a year and up, right? And they're coming to the US, right? And they've got like maybe 2-3 million sitting in their bank account, some even more. And they're just like, wait a second, I can't buy a house because I have to have a credit score, or I've got to have this sort of profile to, like, I've got the money is there, I've got the collateral, let me just buy the house. I got to play this little game of like my balance to income and 30% this and, paying my bill. I can't pay my credit card bills too fast because then that takes your score down 10 points, or I can't do this, then that, makes your score fluctuate. It's just, it starts to feel just really just confusing, right? And it's not a thing here, right? It hasn't been. We got here. If you got the job, you got the income, you're good to go, right? There's subtle nuances between Singapore, Thailand, and some of the other Asian places, but for the most part, listen to what it says.
Three times the rent down here. Ain't no such thing as let me see your job. What your job paying down here? Ain't no such thing as, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, you need a car down here. You don't need no car. Ain't no such thing as like all this shit might rent $2,000-$3,000 just to stay in a motherfucker.
Not needing a car. Look, if I've driven nice cars before, and look, if that's what motivates you and you want to drive a Mercedes AMG or you want to drive a Ferrari, whatever it is, more power to you, right? But more often than not, there's this pressure amongst society, amongst young working professionals to try and strive for these material things, to try and strive for that house in that certain zip code, to try and strive for that car that's flashy, right? Making that car payment, right? We have not missed having vehicles. We walk everywhere. We take public transportation. We take the metro. We take the MRT. We take the bus. Public transportation in Southeast Asia is phenomenal. Public housing, right, in the U.S. has a certain connotation. Public housing here, also called HDBs, it's thriving. They're called, like in Singapore specifically, it's the heartland. It's thriving. So this whole dynamic, it feels like America has a filter over it, right? And so if you like that filter, it's like taking photos with the camera. If you like that dark mist filter, then by all means use that filter. But if you want to see the world through your own lens and you enjoy a brighter view, take the filter off. Let's continue.
Fucking box, nigga, I stay $700 USD. You know what I'm saying? My electricity is like $20, nigga. My Wi-Fi like $10. My Netflix is $8. My Prime is $6. May I go on? You know what I'm saying? This is how living an American dream is supposed to be. It's outside of America. America, we got a lot of opportunities, but it's like, nigga, you make $10,000, but your bill's $9,500. So who really winning? You know what I'm I'm saying? We supposed to be able to enjoy our lives, enjoy the fruits of our labor. A lot of people ain't enjoying the fruits of their labor. A lot of motherfuckers is working every single day, getting up, chasing them. This is what life.
I mean, I'm going through his comment section. People are talking about, yep, I make $2,600 a month and $2,200 is spent on bills, and I'm always tired and I'm stressed. I don't get raises. I don't have enough left over for a vacation. I've worked all my life. My Social Security is shit. I mean, I'm just seeing a number. I'm seeing a theme here, right? We'll make some other videos that'll go into economic policy and some of the things that are changing with the administration, right? But as someone that has a mother that's older, right, you put all this time and this work into a system only to realize that, wait a second, we're seeing headlines about misspent funds with the government, right? And so you thinking that you're working and you're breaking your back and that there's going to be some sort of nest egg. That's not the case, right? And if you're at this point in life to where you're like, okay, well, I can't make but so much more money, right? Or I can't afford to go back to school, right? Or maybe I can't, I don't have the resources or wherewithal to get into tech, right? And just drastically change my financial situation. Then you got to change the paradigm, which means that you need to change where you are, right? And what warms my heart is literally going to TikTok and just seeing all these black content creators and content creators in general of all colors, but especially the black ones, understanding and shedding those shackles that, okay, maybe this isn't the place for me anymore. Maybe there are other places I may thrive. Look, you may go to Southeast Asia and you may hate it. You may not like the food and you may be like, this is not for me. Not been the case for us. I'm seeing a trend that it's not the case for other people. And I think people are starting to think, they're starting to wake up and understand that, okay, man, I only got but so much time on this earth, right? And the math isn't mathing, right? This American dream, right, of buying a home, right? If you have enough wealth and you've managed your credit score and you've managed your finances up to a point to where you can maybe do a 15-year mortgage, okay, that's rare. That's rare. Not a lot of people can do that, right? And so if you're fortunate enough to be able to afford the interest rates and buy a home, that's 30 years. For what? You know, you're scraping for that desired zip code for what? You're scraping for that AMG or that high car note, or you're leasing for what, right? And so if I can just say the theme of today's video is just maybe expand your mind. I mean, I'm seeing a great migration, right? And again, I feel very blessed to have been born in America. I think there are great things about the States. These days, though, I think it's important to open up your perspective, change your perspective, and kind of broaden it, right? And if you feel like the reins are a bit tight where you are, feel free to comment in the comment section below. Ask me anything about our adventures here in Asia. I'm happy to make new friends, happy to share my perspective on what I'm seeing out here. But it's time to change things. It's time to lock it in 2025 and make some changes. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Lock it in.